Hey, welcome to On This Day. Today's date, January 16th. There are 350 days left in 2020, and today is National Do Nothing Day. That's a day on the calendar where people refuse to celebrate anything. I mean, we just got done celebrating all the holidays. January is a little bit of sparse when it comes to celebrations and national holidays, but February we go way overboard. There are 45 days left until spring and 29 until Valentine's Day. Let's see what else went down on past January 16th. 1847, John C. Fremont is appointed governor of the new California Territory, and by most accounts, he was the best they ever had. It's pretty sad when the best you ever had was like 170 years ago. If you know anything about California politics, you know their governors are notoriously unpopular. 1883, the Pendleton Civil Service Reform Act is passed. The Pendleton Civil Service Reform Act is a United States federal law passed by the 47th United States Congress and signed into law by President Chester A. Arthur on January 16, 1883. The act mandates that most positions within the federal government should be awarded on the basis of merit instead of political patronage. In other words, they didn't want the rich and powerful buying political positions. You know, Chester A. Arthur, that's one president that nobody seems to know much about. Ask anyone about presidents and they usually have a handful that they know about or they've read things about. Not Chester A. Arthur. Nobody knows anything about that dude. 1920, the League of Nations holds its first council meeting in Paris, France. The League of Nations was an international organization headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, created after the First World War to provide a forum for resolving international disputes. Basically, it was couples therapy for countries. 1945, Adolf Hitler moves into the underground bunker, the so-called Fuhrer bunker. He dies by a self-inflicted gunshot wound about 100 days later on his honeymoon. Hitler married his longtime girlfriend the night before, and I guess that just pushed him over the edge. I mean, all the other chaos is going on. Was this finally the straw that broke the camel's back? He's married and he, never wanted to commit, and now here he is committing and he just couldn't take it. 1964, Hello Dolly opened on Broadway, beginning a run of 2,844 performances. I guess this was a really big deal for its time. My grandmother never stopped talking about it. All the time. If you said a word with the word D in it, she got on to Hello Dolly. 1969, Soviet spacecraft Soyuz 4 and Soyuz 5 performed the first ever docking of a manned spacecraft in orbit. The first ever transfer of a crew from one space vehicle to another, and the only time such a transfer was ever accomplished with a spacewalk. So that's pretty interesting. 1979, the last Iranian emperor, the Shah is what they called him, the Shah of Iran, flees Iran with his family for good and relocates to Egypt. That was a big thing when I was a kid. I was very young, but we knew all about that. That was all over the news. That was very big. I think I was like, 14, 13, something like that. Anyway, moving on. 1991, coalition forces go to war with Iraq, beginning the Gulf War. That was some more fun time. 1992, El Salvador officials and rebel leaders sign a peace accord in Mexico City, Mexico, ending the 12-year Salvadorian Civil War that claimed at least 75,000 lives. Born on this day, 1853, André Michelin, French businessman, co-founder of Michelin Tire Company and the Michelin Man and all that good stuff. 1900, Edith Frank, German-Dutch mother of Anne Frank, is born in Germany. She later dies at Auschwitz. 1910, Dizzy Dean is born. He's one of the greatest American baseball players and later became a sportscaster. 1935, A.J. Foyt, American race car driver. Him and Mario Andretti through like the late 70s and 80s were like bitter rivals in racing. It was amazing. It's when I used to actually watch the Indy 500 and all that good stuff. 1948, one of my favorite directors, John Carpenter, American director, producer, screenwriter, and composer. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy that made Halloween. He also did The Fog in 1980, Escape from New York in 1981, Starman with Jeff Bridges, which is amazing, in 1984, Assault on Precinct 13. When I was younger, I saw that. That was like 76. I think I probably saw it years later, but anyway, that was amazing. Weird, but amazing. Big Trouble in Little China, Prince of Darkness, They Live, and the Stephen King movie, Christine. Died on this day. 1906, Marshall Field. American businessman and philanthropist founded Marshall Field's department store, later became Macy's. The businessman died at 71 due to pneumonia, which he contracted on New Year's Day after playing golf with his nephew. Kind of sad, but 71, that's too bad. 2010, Glenn Bell, American businessman, founded Taco Bell. He died on January 16th at the age of 86 in 2010 in Rancho Santa Fe, California. If it wasn't for this man, I wouldn't have had a spicy option after a night night of drinking when I used to drink. 2013, André Cassandra, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Cassandra. Moving on. He was a French technician and toy maker. He created Etch-a-Sketch. He died in 2013 at the ripe old age of 86 in a suburb where he lived near Paris. His final words, just give me a good shake. All right, so that is January 16th. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought. Give a thumbs up. This is an ongoing process and we're still kind of fumbling our way through these videos. I don't mind constructive criticism at all. I'd love to hear what you think. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.